Oof. All right, guys, there's a lot to unpack here, so I'm just going to dive in. I've got a Kemper, I've got a Kemper Kone, I've got a regular 112 cab with a Celestion lynchback. I have a montage cabinet with a Celestion F12 200. I think I'm missing an FX 12 200. They're full range speaker. So the Kone is a sort of full range speaker designed or also built by Celestion, dedicated for Kemper stuff. So I'm going to figure this out. Go. I'm going to put an SM57 an inch or so away from the grill. The mic's going to move, so take that into consideration. Doing the best we can here. I'm not a scientist. Alright, so I have the Kemper coming out of the monitor output. That's very important because that's the only place you get access to the Kemper speaker models, which is what this whole thing is kind of based on. If you go out of the main outs, it's not there. It's only on the monitor outputs. So I'm going monitor outputs to a Fryette power station, which is a fantastic sounding 50 watt tube power amp. Pretty nice and balanced. And then that's going 8 ohms to these cabinets. The Kemper Kone is 4 ohms. Just keep that in mind. You know, I don't know if that makes a difference. Whatever. So, let me plug something in here. I'm using a SLO 100 profile out of a new profile pack that's coming. And I'm using a Warren D. Martini-ish vibe. Alright, here is the sound of the Kemper going into the power station, into a regular cab. Let's go over to the output. An important little tidbit here is you have to select monitor cab off. Otherwise, you're getting essentially a fake or an emulation of a cab. Are we going to call it fake? An emulation of the cab and then into a real cab, which doesn't sound right. It's particularly weird. So if you turn the emulation section off, you don't need it because you have a real cab here. So that, in the room, it sounds pretty solid. I don't know if I'm going to be blending this or whatever to try and give you an accurate representation, but that sounds pretty good, especially for practicing. It's pretty nice sound, but let's keep in mind here what I'm getting also is a full-on tube power amp and a well-built cab, actually a great sounding. This is a Friedman 112 Dirty Shirley cab. It's a little oversized, sounds awesome, and a real speaker. So, well, the preamp is digital. Okay, so sounds good. Again, though, this is with the monitor cab off. Nope. So that's off. Now, once that's off, you have access to the Kemper Kone button over here, which allows you the selection of imprints, speaker imprints. Again, into a real cab. That sounds a little weird. It's just a little weird, but there's a bass boost and directivity, which makes the whole sound less beamy. I mean, this is directivity at 0. Crank up the directivity. Makes it really beamy, kind of tightens it up, but it can be unpleasant when the sound is already not happening. Doubling up on this kind of two-cab weirdness stuff. So that takes us to... So this brings us over to the montage cab, which has the Celestion FX12-200 full range speaker. So what's going to happen now is the opposite of the real cab, which is if I just let this run and expecting the cab to bring its cabby speakery qualities, it sounds super harsh and fizzy. Because that speaker is designed to not bring speaker qualities. It's designed to be flat. So, now we will turn the profiled cabinet back in. Good, but not as nice as the real cab, to be honest. It's has a little of that artificial thing, and that's coming from a profiled cabinet. Now, can I tweak this to make it work for me? Yeah, I'm sure I can. You know, go to the EQ. Yeah, I mean, that's already nicer. I'm in here. I'm all up in the GH12 200 speaker. In a standard full range speaker, you won't get access to really the speaker imprints, but you can turn on Kemper Kone and you can get the sweetening. Which does something. Yeah. Directivity is a detailed adjustment, so it is a thing. And then there's bass boost. Well, that's always fun. Who doesn't want more chunky bottoms? So, all right, so that's kind of that. Now I got to open up the speaker and drop in the cone, and we'll see what we're really dealing with. I installed the cone into this montage cab. It was actually super easy. There was no soldering even involved. It was just the little tabbies. So this is the Kemper Kone with the profile still involved. So this is the wrong way to use it. Okay, this is turning off the profiled cab. The wrong way to use it. See, it's super harsh and bright. Now this is turning on the Kemper Kone. So just to clarify, you need to have, you don't need to mess with this cabinet button. You should really do it in the output menu, monitor cab off. That's where you get your, that's where you should mess with this stuff. Okay, so that's the Kemper Kone. Let's go over to Vintage 30. I don't know, directivity, where do we want to start? Start at 0. Turn up to 5 on the directivity. Go up to 10. Okay. Well, I like it 4. Yeah, somewhere around there is pretty cool. Bass boost. So that's cool. It's a bit much. You'd have to, I think, dial in whatever you got to do afterwards. But at low volumes, I bet it's pretty fun. Let's see. I'm going to turn down the volume. So let's bass boost and directivity the crap out of this. It's so much bass boost that I still think my family would complain. Let's try out a couple more speakers. Here we go. Vintage 30. Creamback. Creamback. Thought I wasn't going to like that because that's typically like a Vox-ish kind of amp or speaker. That one sounds great. Let me try that against the V30 again. Alright, cool. This is like a John Mayer-ish tone out of a Mesa Boogie preamp profile pack that I got. So let's see. Output. Let's go to those Jensens. That's a C12N ceramic, Jensen P10R. So a lot of viable options there. My favorite, I think, is just running straight into a cab, although the Kone stuff was sounding pretty good. I don't know. One of those two were probably my favorite. So there you have it. I hope this is helpful. I hope it makes any sense. I'll try and edit it to make some sense. Everyone stay well. See you later. Sound. Where's the sound? Why'd that go away? Oh, shit. Ha. Typically you want to plug your speaker cab in.